Welcome to Studio Synergy 17, the official holiday edition. So I'm joined with a couple of people. I think a couple of those joining us are just muted at this time and might be joining us later in conversation. But for the time being, we got Dee Dee, her first official hangout with us.
Hello.
So introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself, because my audience might not know you. So go right ahead.
I'm Dee Dee. I'm a portrait and portrait, pet, and people artist, and I just pretty much strictly work from commission. And I stream live streams at least once, twice a week, 2 to 3 hour long. I upload them to YouTube, but not many people watch them because they're 3 hours long. But I do put them up there. And my blog, you can see a few of my commissions on my blog, Inkiwell, INKIWELL.blogspot.com. And I'm on Facebook and Twitter and Dee Dee Willingham. There you go.
Well, I put links in the show afterwards, so I'll put your main link up, and people can connect
Peter.
with you and check out your work. And
Alrighty.
we have Jay with us.
Hey guys, Jay Ferguson. You can find me at airheadscustom.com, airheads with a Z. I'm also on YouTube at Airheads Custom. I do videos. I'm mainly a portrait artist, if I had to call myself something, but yeah, that's what I do. I'm the airbrush guy. I'm the resident airbrush guy around here.
Well, welcome. And also in the mix is Abbott Studios, Howard Simpson, who, like I said, he's muted right now. He might just be watching us. And Johannes Vick, are you with us? Your mic's not muted, so chime in at any point. But I guess I'll start off the conversation a little bit. It's been a while since I did a Studio Synergy. I can't see myself. That's weird.
I see you're there, Peter.
Okay. It's just weird. I see a black screen.
You're frozen, though, Peter. You're frozen.
Oh. Well, that's
We can
okay.
hear you.
Yeah,
we can hear you fine. Keep talking, brother.
So it's been a while since I did a Studio Synergy, and there was just lots going on, and it continued to be the case. It's still the case, and I have lots of things I want to catch up on. But Christmas for a couple of days, going out of town. So hopefully I can get back to things afterwards. But Jeff did an Artcasters Hangout last week, and a ton of people showed up to that one. So I figured it was time for me to jump back with my little hangout show and reconnect. So I have this one, and I have one next week already planned. The one next week will be Monday night at 11 p.m. my time, Eastern. So usually, we do these later. So just trying to get a different group in my hangout this time around, and glad to have Dee Dee with us, and Howard, even if he's not saying anything, and Jay, and Johannes. I've just been really frustrated lately for 1,000 reasons. I had respiratory infection, which was not fun at all. Yeah, it's like It's been a long time since I went swimming on a regular basis, but I was always like the kind of swimmer that went to the bottom of the pool because I could hold my breath pretty
Right.
long, and anything that affects my breathing freaked me the hell out.
Well,
So,
yeah.
yeah, so it was the first time I had anything that serious, and between just that alone and taking drugs for it and coughing my head off, and it got to the point like every time I coughed, my arm would hurt.
Yeah.
It was just like everything was like messed up. I was weak as hell. I was, just sleeping bad, and just a lot of things. But like my whole body was like vibrating just because it was like my whole system was knocked off kilter.
Wow.
Um,
Did you have to use
but
one of those inhalers?
I like Lisa has trouble with her breathing, so she has like every kind of apparatus here. So I used it once or twice. She has I don't even know what the stuff is called, but like something that
Like a
produces a
nebulizer?
mist. Probably.
Yeah. Yeah, because I had
So
bronchitis once a long time ago, and they gave me an inhaler for it, and man, it really helped.
Is that like
yeah,
a little machine with like a tube
yep, yep.
and like a little vaporizer?
Yeah.
Yeah, nebulizer. Yeah, I've got pretty bad asthma, so I got to do that
Yeah.
on a regular basis. Hi, I'm
Oh,
Johannes.
wow.
Oh, okay.
He's here.
Hey,
I got it working. Look at that.
oh, is that what it was?
I'm Johannes and I use a nebulizer.
So you're feeling back to normal now, Pete, or what?
For the most part, like I was on the Artcast Hangout, and I'm surprised. Like I was on that for 3 hours, um, uh, but right after that I was knocked out. Um, but like it comes and goes. It was like one morning I woke up and it was like I could breathe totally, everything's fine, no sinus problems, no nothing. And then that afternoon it hit me again, and so it's like it's in and out.
Wow.
But I'm still taking, some drugs for it, trying to blow my nose out 100 times and cough it out of my system and do what I can. Um, but yeah, it's like I'm 80% better. Um, but now I'm looking at a couple of days where I'm gonna go up north and travel a bit, and I don't know even know where I'm sleeping at this point, or it's like I know that the trip is not going to knock me out. So I'll probably do that, have Christmas over there, come back home, take a couple of days off again, and then get back into it. It's just part of it's also stress of everything, and it's been crazy since Thanksgiving. Really.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving, I had like a regular cold that knocked me out a couple of days, but that was nothing compared to what I had this time around. Um, and and like we caught it at the same time, me and Lisa, and I think we just picked it up when we went shopping one day, you know, and it was just like, this really sucks.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you're
But
feeling better, and I'm really glad that you're
yeah.
back on YouTube.
Uh, well, okay, somebody talk. I gotta take this. Hey,
Is that
babe.
his ringtone?
I guess so.
The abuse starts already. Dee, where are you from?
Me?
Yeah.
Well, I live in Atlanta area, but I've lived all over the place. I grew up with my dad in the military, and my hubster is retired military. So I've lived all over the place, but we retired in Atlanta.
All right.
So yes, I do have that accent, and I try to sometimes like even add to it, for
Well, there's nothing
fun.
wrong with that. I got plenty of family down there. I
Yeah.
got, I got family with roads named after them, so I know.
Wow. That's good.
Yeah.
Uh, so yeah. Which I mean, we love it here. I mean, my husband's family is all from this area, and so that's why we ended up, staying here. And then I have one daughter here, and then another daughter in LA, and so
LA,
um,
wow,
yeah.
that's got to be a big change.
Well, she's an RN, and so she's lived out there for a long time, and she's married and has, I have three grandchildren, and
Mm-hmm.
so yes, I'm the old one. Yes, I am.
What does that even mean?
Oh. But I watch all you guys' YouTubes and these hangouts, the recordings, because they're usually on so late, like Peter was saying. But I enjoy all of them. Y'all are all great artists, and it's just fun to watch you and follow y'all on the Jeff's Artcaster, and it's yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
thank you.
I'm pretty thankful for all that myself. It's given me a big boost in just about everything.
Well, until, I wasn't really much into Facebook. I've done online streams for, 4 or 5 years, and I've been on chats and sites and things for like 20 years.
Okay.
So it's all like, been around it a long time, but I wasn't really much on Facebook. There's just not a lot. That wasn't a lot there till I, met a lot of the artists there,
Mm-hmm.
and that's it is motivating. It is to me anyway, isn't it? You, Johannes?
Oh yeah, I mean that's where I get a lot of my motivation from. I read something a while ago, maybe a year or two ago, and it's like that which you know you see something that somebody else has done, and it just like it either inspires you or enrages you. Either way, like you want to do like better than that. So
Yeah.
that's
I
pretty
think it's
much.
always inspiring to watch somebody else work.
It
I
Oh
is.
always
yeah.
get
It is
inspired
to
by
me
that.
too, Jay. Yeah. I'm real big on promoting other artists, and I do that a
Hmm.
lot on my UStream show. And like I said, I upload it to YouTube, but they're so long, most people like. But you can fast forward it. You don't have to watch the whole thing. But I'm real
What's
big on
your sorry, I'm going to interrupt you. What's your YouTube channel?
my YouTube is Dee Dee Willingham, just like it is, yeah. And that's what I'm in pretty much everywhere. And
Okay.
my Ustream is Coffee and Art in the Morning, and I usually stream 2 or 3 times a week for like
Oh,
3 hours.
I've seen some of
Wow.
that. That's good stuff.
Yeah. Oh, thanks. And it's all different. I do drawing, painting, collage, mixed media, a little of everything. Just, I like a lot of different things. Like I said, I'm
Yeah.
old, guys. I've done a lot of this. And so it just depends. Just do a lot of different uh, things. But yeah, so I'm pretty much all over the place. So thanks for inviting me.
Sure.
Uh, but anyway, so what I was saying is I really am big about promoting other artists. And so, if I watch somebody or see someone's cool art, I'll share it or, talk about it on my show or get people to go follow everybody on their YouTube channels. And I am on Twitter a lot. I do, have a big, I'm a big on Twitter because I like it. But so I'm always, try to share there as well. and if y'all, post something, I try to, you know, repeat it, and because I am real big on helping other artists.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
Yeah, that's not part. That's one of the great things. That in just finding the whole Artcasters thing. Like I was kind of blown out. I spent a year hanging out with a group of people, and the whole thing like imploded on itself, and everybody's just started. It was really weird. Like it was almost like it just. I can't even. I don't even know how to describe it. People just got all weird. I don't know. Like, what just happened?
I've been a part of too many gangs like that, like artist gangs. Like they get together, they have the biggest dreams, then nobody does anything, or inner fighting amongst them, or whatever. It's just people who are initially inspired and motivated, but then nobody does anything, or some people do stuff and other people don't, and there's bickering and whatever.
Oh, so that's normal, is what you're saying?
Well,
Oh.
it's happened a couple of times with different groups of people. So unless it's just us two, I'm sure it happens a lot.
Well, I've been on the internet and chat rooms for 20 years, Peter, and yeah, it happens everywhere. And when you find a good group, like the Ustream group that I'm involved in, where there's just so little of that, you really appreciate it a lot. You really appreciate it a lot.
Yeah.
When you do find a good group.
Rest so quiet now.
Sorry, I turned my microphone off. My daughter came in. She's crying.
Aww.
So you might hear like little whimpers or whatever.
Nothing we haven't heard before, I'm sure.
True.
I cry myself to sleep every night.
I do have to say, when I watch y'all's recordings, I giggle a lot. Y'all are funny. Some of y'all are really, really a hoot, as we say in the South.
Well, you know how it is. You do this as a living. It's nice when you can actually hang out with other artists and just make jokes instead of being serious.
Yeah.
What do you see? What? Despicable Me? Ah. She has an idea.
Aww. How old is she, John? How old is she?
She's 2.
Oh, how cute. That's a cute age.
Yeah, she's a lot of fun. What is that?
So, Peter, I saw that post you had put up on the Google page and the Instagram about the Patreon comic you're doing. What's that all about?
Yeah, I wanted to do something for anybody who decides to become a patron of mine, and I figure, I'll do a comic and I'll just start from scratch, and I've always been a fan of a lot of anime, a lot of manga, and I never thought about doing a comic, but I was like, what the hell, let me just give it a shot, even if it's sort of in my style. It'll be inspired by. So it's, right now I'm doing character sketches. Actually at this very moment, I'm just doodling ideas out. And once I have a good group of characters to choose from, maybe I'll use them all, maybe I'll use just a couple. I'll start building a story around that. But I figure, it's some sort of Star Wars-like story. It's going to be different planets and different races and bunch of different characters, and it'll just be an ongoing comic serial kind of thing. Inspired heavily by manga and anime, but also including just other inspirations that I had growing up, which is like heavy metal or Tank Girl or whatever. So I'm just gonna have fun with it, and it's just gives, because mostly I just feel like I'm posting what I post elsewhere, I post there. So if I do a new video, if I do a new hangout, if I do a new podcast, whatever, I just post it onto my Patreon page. And I was like, well, let me do something, just for my Patreon.
Oh, that's cool. That's really cool.
Yeah.
So actually, whatever happened to the rest of your Inktober videos that you were going to put up?
My production has gone. Production of everything I'm doing has hit a wall, but I plan to get back on it.
Yeah.
It's just like the last couple of days, I gotta at least do one video. It's just like, just one thing after another. So it's like, at some point after Christmas and before New Year, I'll start it up again. But I do plan to finish posting every piece I made and video I made. And it's like I'm not giving up. That's something I definitely wanted to do, and it's going to be just a lot of fun once it's done. So I'm looking forward to finishing it.
Yeah. Well, we've missed you on YouTube. I was hooked on Peter Palmiotti, and then you just kind of dropped off there for a bit. I'm glad you're back.
Yeah, it's like I probably posted at least a video a week for the past month and a half at least, and it feels like really lame. It's like, oh, I'm just throwing crap up, and it's like I want to get back.
Yeah, but you can't even feel bad about that.
Yeah, just like serious. It's like I really want to do a lot of stuff, and ultimately a lot of it's tied into me doing videos. So I will get back on it. So.
Well, I mean, I know from personal experience, doing videos is hard. It's very time consuming, so nobody can blame you for not putting up as many as you used to.
Yeah, well, it's like, I remember the days when I was doing the 100 Days of Making Comics videos. Ultimately I did 86 maybe of those. So I did most of the days.
That's insane.
Plus I
That's
was
a lot of
doing
videos.
It is.
the 2 hangouts and occasionally something else in between. And among a lot of other things as well. And it's part of me goes like, how did I do that? How did I find the time? How did I, But it's just like the more you do, the more you feel compelled to do. I know once I get get up to a certain speed, that a hell of a lot better. It's just I've been dragging my feet. creatively, really. But it's just too much going on, too much stress and sickness and blah blah blah.
Yeah, I hear
But it does
But
seem funny when you're not there, Peter.
yeah,
It really is. It's like, oh, well, it's not that you, even if you're not really saying or doing a lot, it's still like, oh, there's Peter this morning. He's made a YouTube to watch, I know, it's just,
well, it's great to hear, and thank you all. You know, I definitely want to get back on my game and do even better. So thank you. So what are you guys doing for the holidays? Anything special?
I'll
I'm
let
old.
somebody else field that one.
I'm old, Peter. I don't do anything. I sit and draw at home. Not that that's
Yeah,
a bad thing. I mean, I worked, out of the, other jobs all my life, so I'm not complaining that I can stay home and draw now. You know what I mean? And, make some money at it, and
yeah, there's nothing wrong with that at all.
yeah. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause holidays for me are pretty quiet. I don't really have too much of a family. I mean, I got my father lives far away from me. My brother, he's out in San Diego. So family-wise, there's not a lot for me to do. I'll end up working. We can do a live stream together, Dee Dee.
okay. See what I mean about you guys? Y'all are so fun.
Well,
What about you, Peter?
this is
I know you're
unusual.
going up north.
Yeah, this is different for me. I mean, I haven't traveled for Christmas this far ever that I could think of. Usually it's like in the neighborhood going somewhere. Or, since I've been in Kentucky, especially with Lisa, it's just like everybody comes to our house and we have a big dinner.
Yeah.
So this is, at this point, I think I'm going to be sleeping on the hotel floor.
Yeah, we've all done that.
So that should be fun. Which I prefer better than sleeping in the bed with. We're working out the sleeping arrangements. That's why I was on the phone before. But yeah, it should be interesting. I mean, I met her father one time previously. We talked on the phone a bunch of times. So yeah, I met his new wife. But I don't know if her half brothers are still up there. It's like she has big extended family. I don't know. It's complicated. It's Kentucky.
That could
Don't be
mean so many
dissing on
different
the
things.
South. Don't be dissing on the South now. Don't make me pull out my Miss Paula Dean. Don't make me pull out my Miss Paula Dean. Don't be dissing on the South. I'm just teasing you, Peter.
Well, I constantly tease Lisa, but she knows it's all with love. And it's like whatever. It's funny. Whatever movie or TV series we watch, there's always something either about New York or something about Kentucky. I'm just constantly making jokes, and she's like, "I'm gonna get you one day."
Somebody to diss all the time.
It's like I just tell her, your town is so small. it fit in my old neighborhood.
I'll be right back, guys. I have my iPad just said plug me in, so I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, so you get to spend the holidays with your parents, and you've only met them once?
Well, it's her mom lives here. Her mom and father divorced when she was young.
Right.
So she lived with her mom and aunts and whatever in Campbellsville. But her father moved up north, and he got remarried. So we'll be spending it with her father and his new wife, who's actually been his old wife for a while, and whoever else is there. But I'm going up with her mom and her brother. I guess that's it. Her brother has a son, but I don't know if he's going. But I spent plenty of time with them, but it was always like with Lisa around. Them will be a new experience.
Yeah, it's a little intimidating when you got to start hanging out with the future in-laws. Been there, done
I've
that.
been that. Yeah, I've been around them plenty, but not solo.
Yeah.
So
Well, good luck,
that's
buddy.
yeah. But I'm sure I'll be fine. It's.
He's trying to convince himself. Listen, I'm sure I'll be fine. I'm sure I will be. Really, I will be.
I mean, he watches Gotham, and I watch everything else. So I don't know.
Well, Peter, I've thought about telling you this a few times. Walking Dead is filmed like 5 miles from my house.
Are you
So
serious?
Oh yeah.
yeah. So maybe 10. It's between 5 and 10. It's not that far. And I said, one of these days, I think I should go next time they're filming because we always know when they're filming because they block off roads and all that. So next time they're filming, I should go get some autographs for Peter because I don't watch.
Wow.
There you go.
I don't watch the show, Peter. I don't watch it. So
Oh.
I know. Don't be dissing on me now. I don't
Okay,
watch
kick
it.
her out. Kick her out.
But I do. But that's fine. I mean, you can still like things I don't like, or whatever. It's just I'm not a zombie now. But I thought about just going down there, maybe trying to be an extra in a movie or a show I don't even watch. But I could go be an extra and get some autographs.
That'd be pretty cool, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. They probably won't charge you if you're just there. It's like if you go to Comic-Con, it's like, oh yes, $75, $100, whatever they charge.
Well, it's probably going to be this is out it's literally outside, Peter, out in the fields, out in the woods. You know those woods that you see on the show? I do see the commercials. I see the commercials.
Right.
That's the woods like right outside, right down the street.
Wow.
So
That's
yeah.
awesome.
So you ever have like zombies walking by your bedroom window at night or anything?
I don't look. I don't look and see.
Figure they could probably scare the hell out of the locals if they wanted to.
I imagine they could. I do imagine they could. Yeah. But every time I see the commercial, I think of you guys that do like it. Like Peter.
Right.
I think, oh yeah, I need to get some autographs for those guys.
Well, Lisa has it in her contract. She's allowed to sleep with Norman. If they ever.
Oh, you got one of those contracts.
Gee.
But we're both allowed to sleep with Maggie. So.
Too funny.
You're bad, Peter. You're bad.
But that's so cool to be so close. I mean, I remember what is it? Is it a Robert De Niro movie? I think where he was living in the Bronx, but it was in the past. I forget the title of it. It was back in the 90s. It was filmed.
Oh,
But
back in the good old days, Peter.
yeah, back in the good old days. But I was living in Sheepshead Bay where it was filmed,
Uh-huh.
and it was literally like, I was between two subway stations, and they filmed it one, and they went to the other one and filmed there for a couple of days. I walked past there a bunch of times, but never saw De Niro.
Yeah.
But they changed the storefronts to old stores and whatnot, and did fake rain and all sorts of things. It was cool to be that close to it,
Yeah. Yeah. I need to stop and look at some airbrushing going on there. Seriously, I want a close up of that. It's just looking so awesome. It's kind of
thank you.
like, I mean, I don't know, and I mean this as a compliment. It looks like Cher.
Uh, yeah, she does have a likeness to her. Yeah, this is actually this is a tattoo model, Mervelina.
I don't know too many tattoos except Kat Von D.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
I love the art of it, the art of tattoos. Just some of the awesome art, and the TV shows that have all the, you know, uh, contests and different things, with the tattoos.
Oh
It's
yeah,
just
yeah.
the art of it's awesome.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. I'm half my body's covered in them. So
Well, I guess so. I guess you would like them then, right?
yeah, be kind of weird if I didn't. Yeah.
But I mean, really, it's some awesome art. But I'm not real familiar with just the ones that are on the shows, like what's that one that just finished? What was the name of the show? Ink something. But it was the contest for the best
Oh,
tattoo.
I know the one you're talking about. Yeah,
I
I can't
just
think
can't
of it.
remember the name of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like all those guys that have all those shows, those LA Ink, and I guess it started with Miami Ink, and all those different ones.
Yeah. Well, it seems like it would actually be a pretty interesting way of making a living.
Being a tattoo artist or being on a show.
No, being a tattoo artist. Well, I
A
mean,
friend of
like
mine.
we paint on canvases and whatnot, but to actually make your living off putting ink on human skin, that'd be something else.
A friend of mine who lived in Bardstown was doing that for a while, uh, and it's really like location, I guess, matters, and also who you're working with. Like he ran his own place for a while, um, but unfortunately, some of the people working for him were a problem, and he decided just to bow out and go work for somebody else because that was easier.
He didn't have a TV show. That was his problem.
Yeah, he didn't have a TV show anymore because it would have worked if he did.
Peter.
but but yeah, it's good money, and if you're good and you're fast, somebody walks in, zip, zip, zip. You do a tattoo, and there's $100, 150 in your pocket. Like, doing something that's really easy for you. Once it's a lot of practice initially, but once you get good at it, then he tried to talk me into it, but I just couldn't see doing it. I'm an inker, but not a tattoo artist. Two different things. Yeah.
Sorry, guys, I just had to take a phone call from a customer there. I didn't hear anything that was just said.
Oh, we were just talking about it. We were just talking about tattooing. A friend of mine had his own shop, but because some of the people he had working for him weren't so great, he ended up folding his store up and go working for somebody else.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, which was a better time for him. It's just, if you run a business and you have people working for you, could be a real pain in the ass. It's all about the people you get, and sometimes you just don't know until you actually go through it.
Or you have to have a TV show.
It does actually seem like one profession, though, where you could get hired at another shop pretty easily.
Yeah, I mean, it seemed to me, from my perspective, that there's loyalties and there's also gossip, and you know, if
So it's like any
you're
other job?
like, yeah, politics, politics intervene.
Yeah, you can't get away from it. Doesn't matter what you do.
Yeah. That's why, we should all work for. So you say you've been really busy today?
Crazy busy. Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but for me, Christmas is super busy trying to get orders done for, like, commissions done for people for presents. Thankfully that's pretty much done, but for me, I also have the North American International Motorcycle Show is coming up in 2 weeks. And I
Oh,
have,
wow.
cause, half my business is working on portraits like this, the other half is painting bikes, like custom artwork on bikes. So
I remember you saying that on one of the hangouts.
yeah, so for this show, I all the bikes are done. They're all getting put together for the show, but I did 7 complete bikes for this show, so I've been going like
Wow.
crazy. But it's all done. I got a booth for the show, so I'll be there for the weekend, and after that, I can finally put my feet up and drink a beer.
Well, your work is awesome, both your portraits and your things that you do on the motorcycles.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Well, I don't know. I never done like holiday or specific commission work.
No, you don't get people
Or
wanting Christmas presents. Eh? It's kind
Portraits
of
and
weird.
things, yes. Even in your style, Peter, with the inking and stuff, people don't want commissioned portraits. I mean, portraits are everybody wants portraits. I'm telling you, everybody wants portraits, right, Jay?
Yeah, well, that's my experience. That actually kind of
well,
shocks me that you don't have orders.
I don't do that kind of stuff, so nobody asks for it. I don't show that kind of stuff off, or it's like
Well, I
the
mean,
only
not
the
not
only portraits I've done are animals.
yeah, I mean, not that it even has to be specific to portraits, but just artwork in general.
Yeah.
You'd think people would want to be giving it as gifts or something like that.
I have
It's
a
kind of
commission
weird.
list I'm gonna get to, but nothing specific to holiday. But I
Well, it's probably
I
a
could
good thing
make
at the same time, though.
it
You can maintain your
happen.
sanity.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've done a little bit of every kind of art, and for me, any time I've ever seen any kind of portrait artist, they always can get commissions. I mean, and I'm not. I mean, there's different levels of portrait artists, and and like I said, I do people and pets, and you'd be surprised how many people want their dead pets painted. I mean, not them being dead. I mean, but portraits of them when they were alive. You know what I'm saying? But there's just I don't know. If an artist ever runs out of money, find someone to get a. You'll find something with portraits.
Just go kill somebody's dog, and you can make some money off the painting.
That's not what I mean. You guys.
Not that I'm recommending anyone do that.
Not that I've never
Disclaimer.
even found that. Yeah, not that I've ever. I don't
You just opened up a whole new business for me.
know. What's your
Yeah,
What's your business? Oh.
but I would actually expect pet portraits are a huge business.
Oh, they are. They are. I mean, it really is. You could, pet and live and dead ones. Okay,
Yeah.
pets. Yeah. I do have quite a few of them on my blog, though. Pet portraits that I've done, and I mean, I feel kind of like honored to be able to do memorial pets. I mean, I do people too that have passed on, and do
Oh yeah.
portraits. Um, so there's just, I mean, I like a lot of other things, and I just love every kind of art. I love every kind of art there is. I mean, it's all good to me.
Yeah, for me, I've done a couple of memorial portraits for
Hmm.
people over the years, and I actually find that to be incredibly intimidating for me.
Because
Not that
they're
I'm not
passed
comfortable.
on?
Yeah, like I'm comfortable doing portraits. That's the majority
Uh-huh.
of my business. But
Right.
when it's when someone comes up and you're like, yeah, can you paint my father? He passed away. I just become a ball of nerves, and you really start kind of second guessing
Really?
everything that you're doing. Yeah.
Oh, see, I don't really look at it that way. I feel like it's like an honor to be able to, you know, paint something for someone that's going to, help them in their memories and,
Oh yeah, like
all
don't get me
that.
wrong. Like I am honored that people would
Yeah.
even ask me to do it, but
But you get
yeah,
freaked out?
I do get freaked out, and that's one of the rare times that I ever do get freaked out when I'm painting a portrait.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to do it every day, put it that way.
Yeah.
I guess it's like going to a funeral and there's always somebody that says, "Oh, that's not Harry. That he doesn't look like that."
Yeah.
But
Well, here's the other thing that I do with my portraits, whether it be people or pets. I do not charge them until they approve it. So if they don't like it, and I've never had anybody not like what I've done for them, but I always give them the option. If you don't like it, I'll just keep it as, you know, on my portfolio or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
But I've never had anybody not like what I've done. But that way, you have that, you know, option of like, if you don't like it, you don't have to pay for it, you know. So
Yeah.
it takes the pressure, you know, off, I guess, you know. I don't feel like, so I just think, well, if they don't like it, then, oh well, you know. No biggie. I'll just, you know.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to start doing that because I usually don't care if people like it or not. They're gonna pay.
Well, now, if you're doing a motorcycle on somebody else's motorcycle, that's a little different. You know what I mean? You gotta draw the line at that, especially when it's on somebody else's property. You really, I'm sure, do feel the pressure to do, you know. But how many do you do? A lot of memorials on motorcycles?
Um,
I mean, like portraits. Does
I've done
anyone
a
ever ask you to do a?
yeah, I've done a few actually. A
Yeah.
couple of years ago, I had um, a guy come up and both of his daughters had passed away in a car accident. And he wanted their portraits on his bike.
Oh,
And
yeah.
again, that was, and they were young, like I'm talking maybe 12 years old at best.
Uh-huh.
That for
Oh,
me was
boy.
nerve-wracking, especially when he came to pick up the tank. I was almost sweating, thinking, God, if I didn't nail it, this guy's going to be so upset.
Well, and
But he
did
ended up
he
loving it.
like it?
Oh, he loved it. He
Yeah.
absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
Like I say, that it's just doing memorials for me. That's the one and only thing that ever really makes me second guess my work when I'm doing something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah. Well, and I can see that, especially when you're doing it on motorcycles. You know,
Yeah.
that's like a whole nother.
And you know what's going to happen now that I've been talking about it? I guarantee you tomorrow
You're gonna
someone's going to
get
call me
one,
up.
right?
Yeah.
Oh, you're
This
gonna
is
get.
the last studio synergy I'm ever going to do. You guys are giving me bad karma.
No, so getting jobs is bad karma. That's new. That's a new one.
So when you, I know, Dee Dee, you said you do mainly commissions. Like you don't have pieces for sale anywhere?
No.
No?
Just commissions.
Wow. Okay.
I mean, I do other things. I do mixed media. I do collage. I do a lot of other things, but pretty much how I make any money is off of commission. Just, you know, straight commission work.
Yeah. No, that's fantastic. If you can, that's great.
Yeah.
So, Johannes, you still here?
He's got his mic off.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
I was
think he's got
gonna
his
ask him
daughter
how his
there.
yeah, curious how his 100 Days of Comics is going.
He's still working on them. I think so. Isn't he, Peter?
Yeah, he's up to day 80 right now.
Oh, so he's getting there, right? He's almost done. Cool.
Another 20 days, less than a month. Yeah, and there's a new guy, Gaz, up to day 26 or something. So it's the 100s is still happening,
Yeah.
even during the holidays.
Oh, work can't stop just for Santa Claus.
That was really, to me, very impressive for all those that did that. That was a good, you know, that was a nice long commitment there. That all of those of y'all that did that.
Well, it was, Kevin just laid down the groundwork and inspired a lot of people. There was the group that finished it. Then there's, there's a good group of people that I would have loved to see finish it, but they started, got halfway or farther than that, but just weren't able to finish it. And I could totally understand. I was in the middle of it, and it's just like, how the hell am I going to get the end of this? I don't know, but it is a big commitment.
Well, it was really impressive for all you that did do it. I tell you.
And a few other people have approached me that said they want to do it, after the holidays or after they're so busy doing other things. So I'm sure we'll see more and more people pop. I know there is another guy, I forget his name, Adam, I think, Adam Eli,
I don't know
who
him.
does, he does it on his blog spot, so it's not videos, it's just blogs about his progress.
Right.
Um, so I know he exists. I haven't really been keeping up with him. And let's talk about Jeff, because he loves people talking about him.
Especially when he's not here. You're bad, I tell you.
But no, I just want to say, like, good for him that he's doing his own work now.
Yeah.
That, he's doing his own just random fantasy paintings, some inspired, like he mentioned doing the new Conan painting, which is all like, what is it, public domain kind of works. Yeah.
I love that. Is it it's not the centaur, the one, the guy, the half horse guy, the newest one that he just put up the other day. I guess it's still on eBay. I am hoping he makes a print. I bought a few of his prints. I will be buying that one. I asked him if it was going to be a print, and I guess he's just not around for the weekend or something. So I'm hoping that he'll, put that one as a print, which he probably will. But I will definitely be buying that one. That was an awesome one.
No, he's doing some really nice stuff.
Today is today's his birthday, so I'm sure they'll just doing something special or whatever.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Happy birthday, Tanya. But he may, I don't think he knows he's doing a print of whatever until he does it.
Right. Well, I hope he does that one, because I'll be purchasing one of those.
Yeah. I'd almost guarantee he'll do a print of it for sure. Yeah, it's really good to see him kind of branching out and doing his own original work. I mean, God, he's so talented. There's nothing stopping him from succeeding at it.
Yeah. No, went through that whole, like, they closed the store and the whole castle would
that whole thing. Like, I know Jeff doesn't like talking about it, and I don't think anyone really likes talking about it too much, but that was just a really shitty situation, for lack of a better word.
Yeah, it was.
It's a shame it happened.
Yeah.
It just seemed like one very vindictive artist that was hell-bent on shutting them down.
But you know what? He's going to be successful at his own stuff, and maybe that was just like meant to be, so that he it was something that pushed him into doing all his own stuff, because it's just awesome,
Yeah,
and I think he probably looks at it that way now,
Yeah, it's a blessing in disguise, I think.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
But it was still sad for him.
I know a lot of people say that about a lot of different things, but I truly believe that he's better off doing his own work, and I think he'll be a lot more successful because of it. from what I see thus far, he seems to be doing much better anyway. So I know part of that is the momentum of everything he's been doing, but I think it's really going to pay off for him.
Yeah, yeah.
So just you wait until I start doing, dead animal portraits. Then you're going to see.
You're putting a new spin on The Walking Dead, Peter. Oh my God.
It's a totally untapped market, zombie dogs. Think about it, Peter. You could pioneer the whole movement. You could be a very rich man.
Yeah. There are a bunch of zombie portrait artists, but yeah, I think the pet angle is
Untapped, right? Oh, geez.
double tap.
Oh, okay. Let's see here. Well, thanks for doing this hangout, Peter. It was nice to be able to hang out with you guys because, like I said, I watch all of them, but I never get to participate because they're so late. But just know you have fans out there that watch watch them on recording.
Oh, thank you. I totally appreciate that, and it's great having you be a part of tonight's hangout.
That was nice. Thanks for inviting me, Peter. Or
yeah. Well, you asked, so I don't.
Yeah, I was gonna say I asked. So.
That's all people.
Thanks for letting me come in after I asked. Oh,
that's all people have to do is they ask to be on. I'll invite them in. Unless I really don't like you, but.
Peter, you seem to like everybody, so
Just about. Yeah.
Well, I hope this girl on the sketchy site likes her portrait here. I'm going to load it up here after we're done.
It looks really good to me.
Well, thanks. I haven't heard back on the last couple yet. Of course, I've been busy here, so I hadn't really paid a lot of attention. But I uploaded, let's see, is it in this book? Let me see. They're just tiny. These are, they're so small not like the commissions. I just did this guy here. And
I really like that. Yeah.
That's cool.
And so I think she turned out pretty good. I'm not real happy with her hair right here. I almost want to just put a swipe of something over there, but
headband.
Yeah, it looks good to me. I wouldn't touch it.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to leave it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, Peter, you're talking about dead pets, so yeah. In comparison. I'm so teasing you, Peter. I hope you know.
I know.
Okay, I got to take another close-up of the airbrush here. Oh,
Well, now you got a pencil crayon.
Yeah.
Just pulling out some highlights in her hair here.
It looks awesome.
Thank you.
I'm telling you, she looks. I mean, I don't know who she is, in real, the person, but she looks so much like Cher back in the 70s, and I remember what she looks like because I was there.
Let me see if I can get that in on the camera a little more.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see the Cher.
Yeah.
Except for the studs in her forehead.
Who is that? She looks really familiar.
Mervelina. She's a tattoo model.
Okay.
And it should have green eyes, right? I mean, it's kind of, you didn't hold it
Yeah,
up
like
green.
greenish hazel kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you've ever seen like Tattoo Magazine or anything like that at Chapters or the bookstore, you've probably seen her before.
No, I'm just familiar with Kat Von D. I'm not ready. Yeah. I'm just not really.
That's totally fair.
And that's just because she had the TV show, you know. That's all. That's all I know about her. And she has a
You
couple
know,
books out.
every time I watched that TV show, I wanted to kill myself. I couldn't stand it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but you probably know more about, really how, tattooing and all that works. You know. They
I
had
just
me
thought it was
Buffalo. They
funny.
had me Buffalo, Jay.
Yeah. Well, you figure they're taking an everyday, ordinary business and they're turning it into a soap opera with those TV shows. It is laughable to watch them.
Yeah.
But you know what? It made it
Yeah,
popular.
anything in reality TV. It's like, what is the
Like I figure,
Hills?
like if we all had a reality show, if TLC was filming this right now, we could all be yelling at each other and putting each other down and probably making millions of dollars doing it.
Anything for ratings, man.
Well, not anything. Now that's the pet thing, I don't know, Peter. I don't know about that. But I think I'm gonna call that one done. And yeah, but y'all ought
Yeah,
to
it looks
go.
great.
Thanks. Look at go over there and look at the. She actually has a little more shadow behind her bangs. Go over and check out, if you can, it's SKTCHY, no E. And like I said, if y'all are on well, you're not on Facebook, Jay, but are you on the Artcaster on Facebook? Not at all. You're just not on at all on Facebook.
No, I don't have a Facebook account at all.
I see.
The only thing I do for social media is Instagram. Well, yeah, I mean, I got my YouTube channel, but I'm on Instagram pretty regularly.
Yeah.
Wow. How do you keep in? I mean, is there I still don't understand how Instagram works. I just started to do that. I mean, is it kind of the same as Facebook, or I mean, I don't.
It's about pictures. It's really all about the pictures, Johannes. It's kind of like Twitter, but not so chatty. It's just more about the pictures than anything.
Okay. Yeah, I only put I don't know, 2 or 3, 4 photos on there so far. I haven't really. It's so hard to interact with everything and get something done.
Yeah, I'm not really. I know for sure. I'm not on. I mean, I have an Instagram, but I'm not really on there much. I'm more on Twitter, but I like interacting with different artists and people during the day while I'm working because, all my friends live in the box.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, all my friends live in the box.
Yeah, I hear you.
And so it's nice to have people that you can talk to all day if you want to, and if you don't want to, then you don't have to. But Facebook to me is not really the place for talking to people. It's like you post things and stuff and you can keep up with things and post pictures and stuff, but it's not really a place to chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I find with Instagram, it's a lot more social once you start using it a lot, because you post up your picture, you put a little comment saying, yeah, this is what I'm working on, whatever. But then you'll have people comment back, but then when you get into the direct messaging, I get into a lot of conversations with people through the direct messaging, and I actually get quite a bit of work from it, too.
Yeah. Now, I have heard a lot of people get a lot of work off of Instagram. I mean, I do have, I hear that a lot of people say that, but I like the interaction with people live, and actually talking back and forth, and that's why I like Twitter.
Yeah, I like to kind of hide behind a door and talk to people, so it works out really well for me.
Yeah. There you go. Well, I'm going to go, guys. I really enjoyed this, and y'all are so fun, and Jay, you're a hoot, I tell you.
Well, it was great meeting you. It was really great meeting you. I hope we can do this again sometime on another chat.
Yeah, if Peter does them early enough, like I said, it has to be, like this time of night where I can, get up at 4:30 in the morning. I can't do those midnight ones with you guys, especially when they're like 6 and 7 hours. They're fun, but those are fun to watch while I'm working. I have to say, they are fun.
Don't worry, we don't do them very well either. That time, we're just weirder and weirder.
Well, and it was good talking to you. And I do watch all you guys' videos and watch your work and all that. And I try to anytime y'all are got something going on, I try to promote you with different artists and different sites and everything. So all y'all keep up the good work.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you.
So much.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
All right, guys. We'll be seeing ya.
Yeah.
All right. Take care.
Bye.
Yeah, bye.
Hello.
Hello. Who do we have here?
Oh, hey.
Tiffany.
Tiffany's here. I was
Tiffany.
wondering.
Hey, Tiffany.
Hey, sorry I'm late. I was taking a nap.
Yeah, sorry I had to step out there, guys. UPS showed up, and then there was like food and Christmas presents, and little kids have to open things right away. So
It's all good.
Sure it was your kid or was it you?
oh no, she definitely. It was one of those things. As soon as she saw it, it had to be opened. So
Well, I still get that way, so I understand.
oh yeah, me too. I mean, we got Omaha steaks too for my parents, so I had I did have to peek at those too. So
Awesome.
yeah.
Is that thing where they deliver the steak to your door?
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah, there's like steaks, potatoes, hamburgers, beefy stuff, and some.
Yeah. I'm Canadian. We don't get this good stuff.
Oh no.
Nah, we just go outside and kill a buffalo if we're hungry. So.
Well, that's way cooler than actually having it delivered to your door, honestly.
Yeah, no, I don't think there's anything like that around here that I've ever heard of. But I always see the commercials on TV for those Omaha steaks.
Oh wow, I've never actually seen a commercial for them. That was just something but Dad had like a business for years, so he, anybody that he did business with, he'd send those to him for Christmas or the holidays, rather, I guess, in general.
So, how's your 100 Days of Comics coming?
It's all right. I'm kind of like in the midst of Christmas, and I was trying to make a couple of dollars there, so I got a little derailed. But it's cool because it gave me a chance to kind of think about what it was that I was doing and the directions, and kind of also be able to go back over a few things too. Because I mean, I get so wrapped up in doing the videos there for a little bit that it was almost more about that than doing than working on the book. But it's good. I mean, I'm learning a lot, just about the entire process, because I've never actually written anything on my own before. I've done work with other people, but the actual creation process overall is very daunting. I've got a much better understanding of what the writers do, and kind of what they go through.
Yeah. Yeah, I can appreciate that. Yeah.
I think coming up with a story is easy, but making it something fun to read is something else entirely.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, because there's so many new things going on. There's that whole idea of creating basically a cliffhanger per page. Now that things are going digital. I was just looking at the Meek yesterday, and that's really cool.
I like the meek. Yeah,
Yeah,
I really like that.
I
I
mean,
haven't lately. He stopped posting updates to it a long time ago. I think it's a
really.
he,
Okay.
the writer creator.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, for a long time, he was just busy doing a paying job or something. He went off for a while, so I haven't checked in lately.
Okay.
Um, and also, I don't know. I guess the newest pages look a little more digital because his initial work was gorgeous, and the digital work was it looks a little slapped together.
Mm. I don't know. I'm still only on
But
page 14, but I mean, it kind of it
oh, okay,
that really like that's one of the things that I've been struggling with too is like the beginning. Like and I've talked about it in some of my videos, but for me, like the only way that I can go about the writing process is the writing process that I did as a singer in a band for years, and that was like I always had to find a like one good sentence or something to kind of start the whole thing off with. Like I feel like it's like a jumping point, I guess.
are you talking like a quote, or are you talking about just like a character saying something that really inspires where
I
you're gonna
guess
go?
no, it's more like an establishing shot, I guess. Like
Okay,
that first like big splash page that you're like
right.
that draws you in, and you're like kind of like what's going on here.
Okay. I mean, it is, as many ways of telling a story as there is in stories themselves. Um,
Hmm.
uh, there's did you know? I think you commented. Did you know Ash, the comic book?
Oh yeah, that was like a big thing for me when that came out.
Yeah. That for those that listening, watching that don't know, Ash was created by my brother Jimmy Palmiotti and Joe Quesada. Um, I actually came up with the name of the character. Um, and it was essentially a fireman who became a superhero who had fire powers. But from essentially page one to the final page, um, it was always fast paced, pretty much. It
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
filled from cover to cover. Um, there was always something going on. Um, it was just really tight writing. Everything typical of a superhero comic. There's a
Hmm.
little romance in there. There's a little, his typical day, a little excitement as him as a fireman. There was always like a meanwhile with some villain, and just him as a superhero, and it's kind of a little bit unique superhero, and it was just from page one to the final page. It just kept you going, kept you reading, and every issue ended with an awesome cliffhanger for the
Hmm.
next issue.
Yeah.
It was really well done, and I don't say this because it was my brother. It was probably the best paced superhero comic I ever read. Um, it was just really, if only it continued, it would have been phenomenal. But yeah, I mean that's like one such way to go. You know, like uh, I'm doing this with my patrons. I'm doing like a sort of manga anime inspired comic, and if you read a lot of manga, that's like a lot slower paced.
Mhm.
You know, it could be 20, 50 pages of two people talking before they get anywhere. You know,
Yeah, it's like a soap opera almost.
yeah. You know, I mean, there's different types even within manga, but for the most part, a lot of that stuff is paced out over pages, because a lot of those comics were black and white and weekly serials kind of things. So their pacing is a lot slower, because you used to buy like encyclopedias which had 30 or 40 different comics within it, but each one was a couple of pages. Um, but yeah, it's you know, there's so many ways to approach story and how tight or how fast paced or you know like a lot of uh, solo artists or teams, like some try to be cinematic sort of approach. Um, some try to be more heavily visual than using dialogue or even narration. So, but, you know, I mean, part of the joy is like just playing with the idea of, you know, weighing your options and you know, what do I do next, or how heavy do I get into this, or do I give clues to upcoming events, or lay down tracks, or you know, it's to me, it's like you know, it's sort of like writing music. You just want to hit the right notes along the way, and
Yeah, and that's I mean that's you kind of like spelled it all out right there. I mean it's a you know from I mean you've got so much more of an understanding of it than I do. I mean you know I can tell you how I can tell you like the formula for writing a song. You know I mean there's like you know three or four different formulas, and I'm sure that there's the same way for a book, a comic book. One of the things that I'm trying to figure out is pacing. You know, it's like some writers they that I've noticed because that's another thing that I do all the time. I just kind of look at how the books are put together. You know, like some writers they do 2 pages at a shot, um, and then they change the scene. You know, they've got the hero and then they got the villain. So they'll do 2 pages of the hero and then they'll do 2 pages of the villain, or you know. I think the way the pacing that I'm going to wind up doing though is more of like a Y, The Last Man,
okay.
where I mean it was just so like bland at the beginning, and I really want to get into that like that you know that's kind of what I'm arguing with myself about. Do I just go with that moment, you know, that explosive moment, and then have like a look back as to how she got there, or is it you know is it just taking
Honest,
that time to get to where she's going?
can I suggest something?
Sure.
I think you should just go with what you personally like because if you've read or experienced any story, every writer has their own style, and I think the goal is to get your own style out there because even if you can try to emulate somebody else, but in the end you're just gonna always, no matter how hard you try, you're gonna end up doing your own thing, and that's the best way to go at it anyway. So whatever makes you happy isn't gonna burn you out or make you upset is what you go with.
No, I feel that. I feel that. That's nice. I mean, and that you know I'll probably you know dwell on that for the next couple of days of just like how deep of a meaning that actually is. But um, and there is. I mean, you've got like a you know. I mean, that's a really deep saying there. You know, that's something that should be dwelled upon.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to like say like, oh, I want to write just like Neil Gaiman, but you know, for you, that's probably writing against the grain.
Well,
You
that's the
know,
thing. Like
it's
I'm
just
I
like
don't it's not that I'm trying to emulate any writers. It was more of like just trying to
Yeah,
emulate
no,
us, the pacing, I guess.
yeah,
The
yeah.
visual pacing as opposed to, because that's something that I can understand. That's once you know it's like
Well,
the breakdown. Like I've only got like a topographical understanding of the breakdown at the moment.
right. Um, let's do this. And we don't have to if you don't want to. But so what you just said before, like if you want to start with the main event,
Mm-hmm.
um, like okay, let's say Mad Max. Since there's a new Mad Max movie coming out.
Oh, really?
Um,
Yeah.
does it matter if we go see the Mad Max movie? Does it even matter that we get why the world turned that way, or do we just jump into Mad Max's story? It's like here's a typical day in Mad Max's life. He's running through the post-apocalyptic world, and okay, we're there. Let's run. You know.
And that's my first instinct, and then I talk to a couple of writer friends here and there, and they're like, no, you can't do that because all the fanboys, their heads will explode if you don't give them an explanation as to why and how and all of that other stuff.
Oh
And I'm
my
like,
goodness. Show don't tell. Gosh.
and that's really what's kind of blocked me up is like I've been talking to people about it, and they're just like, and I'm like, oh my god, I've got all this research that I should be doing, as to how that happened.
It's like,
So
it's show don't tell. It always annoys me. Unless you are J.R.R. Tolkien and you have like a bazillion years to like create your world and invent your own language, just show your world and get on with the story, because in the end,
just
people are going to connect with your characters, not your world.
right. I get you. No, that makes sense, and that
Yeah,
helps a lot. That does.
that's how I feel. You show the world through the characters.
Okay.
As simple as that. You know, because if you start in a world, blah blah blah, and this and that, and this happened, and that happened, and so on and so forth, we're already on page 9, and I'm ready to blow my brains out.
No, that's good advice. I mean, like this is actually kind of, probably exactly what I needed to hear.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I know I'm not a writer by any means at all, but there's a lot of movies, if you want to compare it to movies, where I really wish they would have just jumped right into the story instead of having such a long backstory to it.
Yeah. I totally feel that. So it's almost like I need to find a flashpoint and go with that.
Yeah, just, go in swinging, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which
so
is which is funny because that's exactly what I was going to do in the first place, and then like I just got completely derailed.
Yeah, you start second guessing yourself. Yeah.
Yeah. The best thing to do is just jump right in. Um, do a whole issue, do 5 issues, whatever. Like do issue at least. And if you feel at the end of the first issue that, well, the beginning might be better if you tag 1 or 2 things onto it. So you can go do a 0.1, 0.2 page. But
Okay.
yeah, why not just jump in?
Oh, I like that.
And I find that lots of people have awesome things to say and great ideas, and you should look at this program, or you should read this book, or you should do things this way or that way, or it's all well and good, but people with good intentions, have that effect. Like, nothing should you from moving forward. So just jump right in and do what you're going to do. Because if you spend too much time on it, because you're not J whatever his name is, or a token right now. You're not Frank Herbert right now. You just need to create your first story.
Yeah, just get it out there and keep moving, because it's not like I'm writing an opus. It's just it's just a comic book.
Right. It's just comic.
Yeah.
That's a saying of my brother. It's just a comic.
It's just a comic book. Yeah. Yeah, and that's how I feel about them. Like I'm into them because it's just an escape. It's not something that I feel the need to dwell on all the time. And now I'm turning into one of those people. That's like.
Yeah, and it's if you were part of a team, then you can work together and spend a little more time on it, and each has their own input, and but you're one guy. Just go have fun. Just put lines down on paper, forming pictures, words that make sense, strung together.
Right. Just make something happen.
Make something happen.
Yeah, I gotcha.
So, Tiffany, we did intros throughout. So, to the gang.
Oh my goodness, I am cutting in and out. My connection is horrible. Well,
Okay. You are cutting in and out.
Yeah, he disappeared altogether.
Oh no. Well, if you come back, let us know.
Hello?
There you
Yeah,
are.
you're kind of there.
Okay, yeah, I keep cutting out. I think my screen sharing is slowing everything down, so I'm gonna turn it off.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm an artist / engineer, and currently not working on any projects because I have life things that are happening. So, yeah. So what does everybody else here do? Because I don't think I've met. So Jay and Johannes?
Johannes, yeah.
Johannes? Sorry.
I'm an aspiring comic book artist and a stay-at-home dad, and I'm right now I'm doing the 100 Days of Comics and just trying to find my spot in the comic book world.
Yeah, I'm me. I paint. That's my living. I really don't know how else to expand on that. Yeah, I mainly airbrush.
And I'm Peter. So I was going to do character designs, but I wasn't focusing, but just did that sort of thing.
Do you have anything you can show?
Doodling tonight. Oh, I just showed. I was just doodling today.
Oh, hold it. I'm gonna blow you up. Where'd you go? Go back.
Oh. Can you see?
Oh yeah. Oh nice.
Yeah.
Very cool, dude.
I was trying to think of creating a character, but I have to work on that. I have to work on creating unique, you know, people or creatures or something. I want to get more into that. Because I find I'm just drawing the same thing I always draw, blah, blah, blah. There's nothing, like, it's easy for me to come up with ideas, but, so I think there was some artist I was listening to recently. I'm sure I've heard it 100 times before, but like just uh, create shapes and then create people or characters from that.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. That's one of the places that I've been at recently is just trying to come up with character designs and a lot of the stuff that I've read recently is creating shapes and I think it was Kevin Cross. He was showing his characters for some children's book that he was working on or something. And he had like 4 or 5 different shapes up there. They were different sizes and something that you can kind of see in a silhouette is really good.
Yeah, because Kevin's great at expressing whatever he's trying to express.
Mm-hmm.
But I've listened to some illustrators, like more character design illustrators or character design, like more animation, like podcasts and videos and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And it's one thing to listen, and it's the other thing to apply. But I have to get more into the habit of trying that sort of stuff. So I don't want everybody to look the same. Everybody has jeans. Everybody has a T-shirt. Maybe they have a gun. Maybe they have a sword. Exciting.
I like looking at magazines too for ideas, I guess. It's my other go-to.
Well, I can Google stuff endlessly, but I don't know. To see it, I've looked at things all my life, and I feel like in sort of part of me has looked enough. I always want to see new artists and new styles and new approaches and whatever. I'm always going to do that, but I want to draw it out of my gut. I want to pull it out of myself. And it's like anything. It's just habit of going for it will get me there.
No, that's understandable. Looking for something
But
that's
you
almost.
knew that.
What's that?
I was kidding.
I missed it.
Go ahead. I'm just goofy around. Finish what you're saying.
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I'm all like working on my engine here. Aggravated that I can't get the texture that I want out of these brushes. I don't know why. I'm not close enough.
Yeah, the way I usually create characters is just I usually start out with like a personality type. I don't always control what ends up on the paper because sometimes I decide I want to draw like a graceful ballerina, and all of a sudden it becomes like a graceful female warrior with like a knife or something, and at least I'm going in the right direction.
Yeah. I think that's part of it. It's like I have something specific in mind or want to lean in some direction, and it goes the opposite direction. But I guess when it comes to creating characters, you almost have to have an open mind, I guess, and just create.
Oh yes, and I also heard that drawing silhouettes also work too.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That you want to create unique silhouettes. Like, so if you create, like, you want to create 7 characters, you do 7 unique silhouettes, and then create the insides from there.
Yeah.
Sounds like a pretty decent practice.
Yeah.
I find that like my best stuff is when I'm totally distracted. I keep one of those moleskins with me everywhere that I go, and then if I'm waiting in line or something, even if I can just lean up against the wall and crouch down, it's for 15 minutes or something, I can come up with something pretty interesting. But I feel like I do best when I'm distracted. There's lots of stuff going on around me.
I have an old friend who he penciled comic pages, and he was pretty tight at the mall. I was like, how the hell are you getting work done at the mall? I guess I'll give a heads up. I I should probably get going in like 15 minutes. So if you guys want to specifically talk about anything, now is the best time. Because I got laundry and everything else to do tonight.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I should probably get out of here too.
Yeah. I wish I had some mind-boggling topic to throw in at the last minute, but I certainly don't.
Yeah.
No, me neither.
But I will say this: at the least, I'm really happy that you did this chat, Peter. It's great to have you back.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thanks,
same here.
man. Well, I was a little worried, like, since I haven't done one in a while, it's like, I hope somebody shows up.
Oh, you might have been gone, but you're far from forgotten.
Cool.
We're all loyal to Palmiotti. We're here. You beckon, we're here.
Awesome. Oh, like I said early, I got one next Monday night. It'll be later, 11 p.m. Doing since this is the holiday special, next week's will be the year in review. So
That should be an interesting
whoever shows
topic.
up will have to talk about the whole year and what was successful and what failed and how they
Oh wow, okay.
how they could do better and.
That's going to be a long show, man. Well, I'll try to make that one for sure. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, it sounds good to me.
Cool.
Always a big help. It's so nice to be able to just sit down and hear somebody else's voice while you're drawing sometimes,
Oh, definitely. I agree
Except
with
for the
that.
one in your head. Another voice other than the one in your head kind
Yeah.
of situation?
Yeah, I try to shut those out.
I totally relate. All right, so if nobody has anything big to add, I guess we can cover, just goodbyes, websites, and call it a show.
Okay, fair enough.
So, Jay?
Jay Ferguson, airheadscustom.com, airheads with a Z. I'm on YouTube, Airheads Custom. Instagram, I'm Jay Ferguson Art. Yeah, so yeah, that's where you can find me, and I try to get on these chats whenever I can, and hopefully I'll be talking to everybody again next Monday.
Cool. Well, thanks for coming, man. I was very
My
happy to
pleasure.
see
Thanks
you
for having me.
join. Cool. Johannes?
Johannes Wick with a V at Facebook, Instagram, Fine Art America, Society 6, all the good places. I try to get them all. I just don't have a regular website yet, so.
I hear
Open
you,
for
man.
anything. Comic books and commissions.
Cool. And you sell on eBay, too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's
And
doing that over the past couple weeks and going forward with it.
yeah. Cool. And Tiffany?
Hi, Tiffany McLeod at trmcleod.com.
And I am Peter Palmiotti, and you can find me by simply Googling my name, because I'm everywhere. Thank you.
It's true.
All right, we'll see you next time around. Hope you enjoyed the show, and if you want to support me, go buy some crap of mine at my store, or go to my Patreon page and throw me money.
Throw
on a
money
monthly
at
basis.
you?
Yes.
Cool.
Hey. Peace.
All right, guys. See ya.